logistics to manage life-threatening medical conditions. Several inmates, I was told, have died while being transferred to hospital for treatment. Tuberculosis remains the leading cause of death in the prisons. Out of a total of 107 deaths recorded in 2008, 23 prisoners died from TB, while 11 died out of HIV/AIDS.
TB patients, they've been with the warriors for a year. Nobody they take care of you for a year. They suffer. Plenty of people they die for a year.
I don't think that is true. For all I know, we have infirmaries in almost all our prisons across the country. And these infirmaries are manned by medical assistants and trained nurses.
Conditions such as cardiac attacks and liver failure also constitute about 13% of the deaths in the prisons. This foreign convict told us he is slowly dying from prostate cancer.
In here, are you receiving very good treatment?
With what the authorities can provide, yes, but it's very limited because they're very restricted with what they have access to.
Another nightmare for new entrants into Ghana's prison is the horror of forced anal sex. None was bold enough to speak openly on the issue for fear that the gruesome ordeal will be repeated. I was made to understand that new entrants are forcibly held down by well-built inmates as their seniors take turns penetrating the arenas. Ex-convict Daniel says others willingly offer to indulge in anal sex for survival.
I blame the government and also the prison officers. They are not alert.
Even in the free society in which we are, we know that practice exists. So we cannot rule out the fact that maybe it happens in our prisons, because at a certain time of the night, they are locked in all by themselves. We only stay out to make sure nobody escapes. So we don't know what pertains, what really happens during the night.
To date, prisoners live on 60 pesewas for 3 meals a day. If meals prepared for prisoners were intended to discourage repeat offense, then inmates might have imbibed the message by now. The food is awfully bad, to the point that convicted prisoners at the Tamale prisons were recently up in arms against the menu. According to inmates, major component of the soup served with rock-hard banku is 90% water. Anchovies, garden eggs and palm oil make up the rest.
Well, not exactly like your everyday food.
Well, they have some food called zonturi and they have some soup called manpower. And interesting. You can't eat this food. If you continue to eat, people eat it. But the people who ate that food always have skin disease.
The kitchen from where these meals are made tells a lot about the quality of the food. Having to survive under such critical conditions, food has become the most prized asset in jail houses. Inmates will do anything to lay hold of it.
If someone is hungry, I know that if this man do that with me, he is going to give me that, he's going to give me that. Automatically, he will give himself to the person.
Some hoard for recooking. The food they prepare are stored in their overcrowded rooms and heavily guarded against food thieves in the cells.
Poor feeding, this is a violation of rights of prisoners. Unfortunately, in practice, prisoners might not feel empowered enough to speak out on their rights because they feel they are the victim on the other side, or they feel because they did a wrong, they deserve no less. They deserve similar treatment, which should not be the case.
Pregnant women, nursing mothers and babies are part of the prison population. All lactating mothers in Ghana's prisons are transferred to the baby-friendly unit at Nswam. Currently, there are 8 nursing mothers, 7 pregnant women and 10 babies incarcerated in prisons nationwide.
because they are babies, they have to